Hey guys, I know we talked about possessive nouns last week, and I want to just kind of do a quick review of our possessive nouns. Tell me, what is a possessive noun? Mimi? Yeah, somebody owns something. You possess it. Okay? So, and then they're going to be words that can take the place of a noun because it's a pronoun. So words like his or hers or theirs. Pay attention to the spelling of theirs. Okay? But they're owning something. Okay? Showing ownership. Good. So what word can we replace here with a possessive pronoun? Morgan's favorite food is spaghetti. Sophia?
Morgan's?
Yeah, Morgan's. I could replace Morgan's. What about that candy bar is Jordan's? What word could I replace there? Raina?
Jordan's.
Jordan's. Good. Tyler and Jack's school is called Durbin. Brooklyn?
Bay.
I could replace Tyler and Jack's. Good. With their school. Good. The pink blanket belongs to me. Mason? Me. All right. So let's practice. Those books are Isabel and Claire's. What would you replace Isabel and Claire's with? Charlie? Theirs. The books are theirs. Again, paying attention to the spelling, ladies and gentlemen. The pictures are Jenny's.
Hers.
The pictures are hers. Very nice. Cameron's dog is big and yellow. I hope it's not yellow. Bradley? His. She is Katie and my teacher. Katie's. It should be Katie's. She is Katie's and my teacher. Mimi? She is our teacher. Very nice. All right. I want to direct you then. That is on Schoology if you want to go back and see that at all. I want to direct you to Schoology has a PowerPoint called Contractions, and this is not something new that you guys have learned, but something new that we have not talked about yet. And then you guys have a paper on your desk that we're going to use while we do this PowerPoint. So tell me, what do you remember about contractions? I know you've learned them in 3rd and 4th grade. So in 5th grade, we're just going to go over those. Megan, what do you know about contractions? So you're taking 2 words to make a contraction. Good. Good. So didn't is using the words do not to make a contraction. Good example. All right. So what is a contraction? A contraction is a word made of 2 smaller words. One or more letters have been taken out, and an apostrophe has been placed where those letters used to be. Like Mimi's example, do not. We can make didn't. Why would we use a contraction? Okay, we use contractions a lot of times when we talk because they're shorter. Instead of having to say out 2 words, I can make it shorter. It's kind of like abbreviations. I can make it shorter. And so it allows us kind of to talk quickly. Or quicker, and our English language, we are all about making things shorter when we talk so we can talk quicker and say more, okay? That's also kind of where our slang came from. We're able to kind of talk quicker than when we use that slang. We use it a lot in casual speech and in informal writing. So in your writes that you do for me, like right now we're working on our persuasive write, I do not I don't want you to use contractions because that is not an informal write. It is a formal write. Okay? So we do not want to use slang. We do not want to use contractions. Okay? Write out those words. All right, some examples of contractions. We have cannot, would be can't. You are, you're. Also making sure, paying attention to spelling here. I am, I'm. Is not, isn't. Are not, aren't. Must not, mustn't. She will, she'll. And who would, who'd. Okay? I also have a nice list on Schoology. If you go there, there's an attachment called List of Contractions, and it has so many. There are more contractions than you would think. Okay? So if you can take a look at that, it looks just like this, except it's a little easier to read when you pull it up as the attachment that I have on Schoology. Did you know there was this many contractions?
Yeah.
I did not know that there were this many contractions. Some of them I definitely have not used. Some definitely popular ones like she's, can't, didn't, doesn't. Those are very popular ones. Some that are not popular that I've never even thought to use. What'll, meaning what shall. I've never used that one. And some others on here too. So they have a nice compilation here. Shan't, I've never used shan't, meaning shall not. Mightn't, might not. Okay, another one that I've never used and I've never heard anybody else use it, but they exist nonetheless. All right, so let's do some practice. So you're going to use your sheet in front of you to choose which person is correct. So question 1. Which is the correct contraction that should be used to replace the underlined words? Megan did not eat a donut. I would eat a donut, and I know Megan in our class would eat a donut, so this is not true. All right, so looking at your options, we have Isabel here, we have Zach, and we have Hannah. You choose and circle for question 1. Which person, Isabel, Zach, or Hannah, did it correctly? Yeah. And it is didn't, which is Hannah. If you need to make corrections, go ahead and do that. Question 2. Which is the correct contraction that should be used to replace the underlined words? I must not forget to take my umbrella. And again, we have Isabel, Zach, and Hannah with their answers. Choose which student did it correctly. Raise your hand if you think Isabel. Raise your hand if you think Zach.
Yeah,
Lots of people for Zach. Isabel had it correctly there. Mustn't, meaning must not. So we got rid of the O and put an apostrophe right where the O was. That's one of those that's not so popular, so we're not as familiar with the spelling of that one. All right, which one is going to be correct? They will play basketball later. Isabel, Zach, or Hannah, mark it on your sheet. Show me a 1 on your fingers for Isabel. Show me a 2 for Zach. Show me a 3 for Hannah. I have lots of 3s up for Hannah. Correct. Good job, Hannah. All right, question 4. I think we are having pizza for lunch. I think we are not having pizza. We are having Bosco sticks and chicken nuggets. And Mrs. Bush is eating Bosco sticks, and Mrs. Long is eating chicken nuggets. Go Team Bosco sticks.
Is this an ad?
An ad for Bosco sticks? I would.
I think we should do an ad for how much Bosco sticks should get paid for.
All right, here we go.
Number 1. Yeah.
Isabel.
Isabel's so smart.
All right. Question 5. James does not want to watch the DVD. Isabel, Zach, or Hannah, mark it on your paper. Zach had the correct spelling there. Question 6. How many of these words used in an apostrophe correctly? Different kind of question here. So how many of those are correct? There are 7 words. How many of them use the apostrophe correctly? Here we go. Isabel says 5, Zach says 4, and Hannah says 3. Circle it on your paper. The answer is 5.
Oh, I messed up on that one.
The only 2 incorrect are the 2 in yellow right here. The don't and your, they have the apostrophe in the wrong place. Question 7. Which sentence uses an apostrophe incorrectly? Here's where we definitely need to make sure we're using our directions. Normally, questions like this would say correctly. However, this one says incorrectly. So A, B, or C.
I feel bad for that.
C, weren't, is spelled incorrectly with the apostrophe there. Question 8. Which sentence uses an apostrophe correctly? Here we go. A, B, or C. Isabel, Zach, Hannah. And B, Zach.
Good job, Zach.
Question 9. Which sentence uses an apostrophe incorrectly?
Wait, oh,
Incorrectly. A, B, or C? Yeah, it's not a normal spelling of Isabel. They were being unique. Question 10. How many sentences use an apostrophe correctly? 2, 3, or 4? Zach had it at 3. The A is our only incorrect sentence there. All right, that is the end of our show. Ladies and gentlemen, your homework for language. You guys have a worksheet on Schoology to do, and then you're also working on your Khan Academy. All right, any questions? All right, go ahead and get started.